Welcome back to Mass Effect 3. Got my scars back. I had to edit the Costin file to remove the red eyes. It's gonna be available for download in the description of this video if you want to use mine. It might have some problems with AMD cards if you're using an AMD card, because there's something I enabled there for NVIDIA only. Anyway, so scars. You can edit it yourselves, you just have to find scars. It's not that difficult anyway. So I'm just looking around for my stuff. You know, I would have liked to actually upload it this much faster. Problem is I had some texture issues, and there still is one. This crappy texture right here is still a problem. But this is not the problem in terms of dialogues, you know, relevant dialogues. There's just something that's gonna happen here. I do have the beret installed. There we go. And I'm gonna go with this color scheme. Because I just feel, no pattern. Let's see what patterns we have. Let's see. No. Wait. Yeah, so I went with an alliance look there, and I'm going with the casual outfit. I gave myself 100,000 credits. The reason behind it is I wanted the Wraith and I wanted the Black Widow. And I don't feel really this is cheating, because the way the game is designed, you can have whatever weapons you want, however fully upgraded you want, because enemies, you know, it's just a way to get rid of some of the frustration. I'll still die pretty quickly, just keep that in mind. You know, if I was increasing my HP or something like that, sure. So, the Wraith is the best single shotgun for Shepard, especially if you're Vanguard. I've tested it and all that. The reason being with the Wraith is that the Wraith has a very good amount of damage, low weight, and good ammo capacity, and you've got 2 shots before you need to reload. The Black Widow's not for Shepard, it's for Garrus, so just gonna get that. Alright, not gonna upgrade the Vindicator or anything like that. Now there's a bit of a bug here actually when it comes to this. These are all the DLC stuff, and I'll explain my reasoning behind going with some very specific guns for squad mates. I'm gonna get all these upgrades. Could afford them, some of them, not all of them. The reason I gave myself 900,000 credits is due to the fact that I hate the limited number of credits that you have here. Now you can farm credits if you have the Citadel DLC, which I do have and I have installed, but that's later in the game, and I don't actually want to do the Citadel DLC until much later in the game, as in after Rannoch. So, talking about weapons. Now the Wraith is best for Shepard, but if you can't afford that, there's other options. Then Rieger Carbine is pretty good, but for Shepard, Wraith is best. Then you can go Rieger Carbine if you have that. If not, you can go, well, Raider or Crusader or just Katana if you don't have any DLC. I'm gonna go with the Crusader for squad mates. The reason I'm gonna go with the Crusader, and I'm not gonna upgrade it through here because here it's bugged and I don't want to fuck the game over. The reason I'm gonna go with the Crusader is because the Crusader, if we're gonna look at the shotguns here, this is the Wraith. Low weight, low huge damage, good accuracy, whatever. The thing with the Crusader, weight doesn't matter on squad mates. So this is a shotgun for a squad mate, not the shotgun for Shepard. The Wraith is a shotgun for Shepard, or even, potentially the Katana. Because sure, it does, it weighs less, considerably less, and weight does matter, especially when you're a Vanguard. But if we look at the N7 Crusader, what it really has going for it is the fact that it has accuracy and it has damage. Good damage, good accuracy, weight doesn't matter on squad mates. So that's the reason I'm gonna go with the N7 Crusader versus anything else for squad mates, because it's just better in that level. Another reason is this is not gonna work, I think. No, I could try, I suppose, but well, I'm obviously gonna go with high caliber, all that, and I'm gonna try and see if the spare shot capacity, spare shot capacity by 50%, this would probably give me, okay. So a good amount of damage there. Alright. One big reason to go with the Crusader for squad mates is just the way squad mates react to the Crusader, from what I've read on the wiki. Generally with shotgun, squad mates will break cover and they'll die, by the way. You can have the most durable squad mates, they'll still die if with this. So you want a shotgun where they won't break cover, and that's just useful. Tali uses the shotgun, James uses the shotgun, Rex and Citadel uses the shotgun, Jacob, obviously if you're playing through Armax Arena, uses the shotgun. Anyway, this is a bug, by the way. It's not supposed to be like this. So, with that in mind, what to do in terms of an assault rifle, what to do in terms of sniper rifle and that. Well, sniper rifle, you've got the Valiant, that's very powerful, if you want that. Indra is useless, especially on squad mate. Let's see. Then you've got all this DLC stuff. Bloodpack Punisher is extraordinarily powerful. SMGs in general suck, but this would probably be good. Now you've got the Crusade sniper rifle, and you've got the Valkyrie, and you've got the Black Widow. I mean, I'm just gonna, well, if I can afford it after I've bought everything else, sure, I'll go for it. Bloodpack Punisher, if you read here, it fires an armor piercing round per main barrel burst. 1 round. This thing can take down brutes in a few hits. The armor piercing round. So that's useful. So that's the reason I'm going with the Bloodpack Punisher. It's actually gonna, well, we'll see how it does on squad mates. Now the Executioner pistol, useful stuff, right? There's a couple of things you can go for. You can go with the Acolyte. This, however, requires aim. It's useless on squad mates, but it's probably good on Shepard. Typhoon won't work on any class in Mass Effect 3 on any squad mate. The reason with the problem with Typhoon is that it's designed for specific classes in multiplayer. It doesn't work well in single player because of the classes available there. Well, maybe a soldier with adrenaline rush, but even then I'd question it. You know, why would you go for a Typhoon, which takes a while to actually start really doing damage, versus something else? And you're exposed with it. That's kind of the problem with the Typhoon. You're exposed while shooting, whereas, you know, you can get the strike assault rifle, or, you know, something else like a DAS anti-synthetic rifle, or something along those lines. Striker versus a DAS. Well, we'll see about that. Bloodpack Punisher. Okay, let's go with a DAS. And let's go with the Striker. I think I can afford all of this stuff. And Venom it's not particularly good. The Acolyte is good because it absolutely smashes shields to pieces if you can hit with it. Squad mates are not going to do the job with this thing though. Crusade. Okay, there we go, and that's kind of it. Right, let's go with here. I'm gonna give the Executioner pistol. It does weigh a bit. You can get. This is not gonna work because it's 40% and there's only 1 shot for it. So I'm gonna go melee damage, and I'm going to go piercing round. Okay. Right. And finally I'm gonna go with an SMG. Now, yeah, sure, this is gonna... I'm gonna reduce the weight, and I'm gonna increase the accuracy. This thing will be durable, it will do a good amount of damage. It's the single best SMG as I see it. I think the only thing that comes close is the Cerberus SMG, which you can get much later, but yeah, beyond that, this is the best thing. Bloodpack weapons, yeah, that's what I'm gonna go for. Then in terms of assault rifles, well, generally on squad mates with assault rifles, you should probably not actually use an assault rifle, if I'm quite honest. Alright, let's just upgrade it actually, so that I can upgrade the Executioner. Upgrade the Punisher. The Punisher is in the house. With squad mates, you want weapons that do a good amount of damage, are accurate, and can be, can be relied upon. Now, Black Widow versus this. I'm curious, actually. Well, first and foremost, I'm gonna upgrade both these just to be certain. And there's all my resources. Crusade. I could have upgraded one weapon to max, and that would have been on Shepard. This just makes my squad mate someone more useful. Anyway, so we have the DAS, right? That's its full damage. Then you've got the Striker. It's the same damage, but it doesn't have the same fire rate, same accuracy. It's less accurate. Huh, this should be good. Well, I'm obviously not gonna go with an assault rifle on Shepard. Now the Black Widow, 5. Okay, damage is there. Sniper rifle. This, Huh, so Black Widow is better. Oh, I guess we'll see what Garrett's gonna do about that. Kinda useless on Shepard. There was a problem with the texture in the Normandy. This is the remnant because there was a texture that was supposed to replace it here, to put it here, and the reason it's as is, there was supposed to be a texture on top of this. It's not here, it's not installed, because it was causing problems on some panels in the game. So that's really it. Squad mate weapons and all that will be handled later, right? Okay, Cortez and Vega. Took me a long time to reinstall this piece of crap, by the way, in terms of texture. What really damn annoying. Really goddamn annoying. Took me a lot of goddamn hours. Weapon mods, all that.
Lieutenant Steve Cortez, shuttle pilot. Got news about our supply chains, Commander.
Good work, Lieutenant. What have you got?
Dios, straight to business without even a hello? You two need to chill out.
So you do care, Mr. Vega? Or is that the Cerveza talking again?
So what's happening with our supply chains, Lieutenant?
Alliance procurement chains are in chaos, but the Citadel's economy is still running. I can network to Citadel retailers. You can view inventory and make purchases right from this console.
When I network to a new store, I'll let you know.
It does cost more to coordinate delivery to the Normandy, so it's cheaper to buy supplies when you're there.
So you're my shuttle pilot, but you're setting up procurement chains?
I wasn't assigned as Normandy's pilot. Not much need for one on a dry dock ship. I was overseeing the retrofit of the cargo hold. I'm quite familiar with the operation and maintenance of the UT-47 Kodiak and the M44 Hammerhead. In my experience, it made sense for me to take over as shuttle pilot when we left Earth. Especially given Mr. Vega's love of mid-air collisions.
To save the day, pendejo.
I'm also responsible for logistics, making sure the Armory and shuttle are properly stocked and maintained.
You were stationed on Earth. Do you have family there?
I'm an only child. Lost my parents years ago. I had a husband back when I was stationed at Ferris Fields. The collectors took out the whole colony. I'd rather not talk about it.
Do you maintain this armory?
I share that duty with our illustrious Mr. Vega. Though I believe the only weapon he really cares to maintain is himself.
You know you love the show, Esteban.
The first retrofit we did was to move the armory down from Deck 2. I'm not sure what Cerberus engineers were thinking. Now you get off the elevator, pick your gear, and head right into the shuttle.
Just like the original Normandy.
Welcome back to the Alliance, Commander.
Fuck the Alliance. It actually made sense in Mass Effect 2. I mean, story-wise, obviously not, but in Mass Effect 2 made sense gameplay-wise. Well, even story-wise, because Jacob was not just maintaining weapons and picking weapons, but he was also producing weapons, and the space helped him with that. And also you had the fucking hammerhead there.
The Kodiak seems a bit different.
Good eyes, Commander. This is the UT-47A Kodiak. It's got an upgraded EZO core and prototype stealth technology based on the Normandy design. For quick drops, I can get you in and out virtually undetected. She flies like a brick, so that's why you need a good pilot.
You mean you? Okay.
What happened to the M44 Hammerhead?
It was sent to the tech labs for a retrofit. To afford mobility with such a small EZO core, its design sacrificed armor plating. The lab engineers are trying to improve that. After the Reaper invasion, those labs are probably just a pile of rubble.
We could have had the hammerhead, potentially.
How long have you been with the Alliance?
About 10 years. I enlisted in First Fleet serving on the SSV Hawking, flying F-61 Tridents mostly. I love the Trident. It practically dances in low atmo. I spent as much time tinkering on my bird as flying her. Got a bit of a reputation.
So, you can fly fighters and fix them.
Yeah, and I got a knack for procurement too. They were grooming me for CAG, but my skill set made me more valuable commanding a flight deck. They assigned me to the Normandy retrofit team about 5 months ago to oversee all cargo bay modifications.
Keep up the good work.
Yes, Commander.
He had a husband, huh? Okay. You know what? whatever your stance on gay marriage, if you somehow believe, if you somehow are delusional enough to believe that humanity as a whole would ever accept a supranational government that has that, with Islam, with Christianity, all that, all the religions in the world today, quite frankly, you're delusional. Especially Islam. I think, you know, maybe Christians would grudgingly accept that in 100 years. Maybe. I stress the maybe part. Muslims, though? No. Quite frankly, no. And the reason it actually boils down to an important part of Islam. Islam is supposed to provide a set of laws. You know, Sharia law is not just something you wipe your ass with. At least from their perspective. Not saying I necessarily agree with that mentality. My problems with gay marriage have everything to do not with the concept itself. I can care less about that, actually, one way or another. Yeah, that's my stance. I don't give a damn. On a social level, never really cared much for it, or against it. The problem I have with it is the LGBT movement and the social justice cretins that are behind it. And the so-called tolerance movement that has zero fucking tolerance to the people that they're against. Kind of hypocritical to claim you're for tolerance when you really destroy the lives of everyone you're against. You destroy their lives, you name and shame them, you cause them to lose their jobs, you fire them, you make it hell on earth for them to find work. Why? Because they disagree with your social politics? You know? Throwing insult as someone is one thing. Trying to shut someone down completely and then trying to ruin their life completely. That's where I turn completely against you, because that's something I find completely fucking despicable. Until that fucking changes, every rights movement in this day and age can go fuck itself. Every one of them in the West.
Hey, Shepard. How'd it go with the council?
Same as usual. Non-committal. Unhelpful.
Bet they still wanted you to help them out, no?
Yeah. We're gonna rescue a Turian Primarch from Palaven.
Sounds like fun. Never been to the Turian homeworld. You down here for a reason?
It's my ship. I go where I want and talk to whoever I want.
Fair enough. Not sure what there is to talk about. You already know my service record.
I don't, actually. I didn't have access to personnel records when we met.
Right. Forgot about that. Well... Think you can dance and talk at the same time?
Yes, I can, Lieutenant.
You pulling rank on me, boss? We're just soldiers down here, no?
Sure. But this soldier will clean the floor with you if you step out of line.
Ha! You sound like my old CO.
Oh, yeah? And who was that?
Captain Tony. He was a hard-ass son of a bitch, but a good leader.
Was?
Died. With most of my squad. Protecting a civilian colony from a collector attack.
And the colony?
It was either them, or the intel we had on the collectors. Intel we could have used to destroy them. I chose the intel.
Sorry. That's a tough call.
The best part was, we didn't really need the intel in the end. Because you were out saving the galaxy by taking down the entire collector homeworld.
You didn't know. You can't blame yourself, Vega.
Who says I'm blaming myself?
I do.
You a shrink too?
Nope. But that stunt back on Mars was reckless. You're lucky to be alive.
So?
So? Maybe you don't care if you live or die.
Or maybe... I'm just willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to end this goddamn war!
Not so fast, Vega. Not so
Maybe you
fast.
are. But if you're half as good as I think you are, we need you alive.
Thanks for the pep talk.
Anytime.
Hey, thanks for the dance, Loco.
Loco, huh?
I can think of worse things to call you.
Long as you remember who's in charge, you can call me whatever you want.
Oh, I won't forget.
I don't mind. And as someone who knows military history, you shouldn't mind. You know, if you know military history, then you should know that the people who... Soldiers generally have nicknames for their commanders, believe it or not. No, of course they wouldn't necessarily call that to their face, but that does happen sometimes. And with Shepard, Shepard's not the general of an army or anything like that, having to have a distance. He's someone who's going to go there and fight with these people, so, having that doesn't matter, You have to be close enough to your men to know what they're risking, but far enough that you're willing to send them to die. The words of Logan Mac here. Paraphrased to a certain degree, but yeah, pretty much. Anyway... I wonder how many people I'm gonna piss off with my stance on the whole gay marriage thing. Oh, you should accept it. It's not an issue. Yeah, right. It's a height of luxury. Sorry to break it to you. Do you know why? What the thing with gay marriage is? It's fucking luxury. You people act as if it's the most important thing in the world. And bitch at Russia when they take the stance against gays that they do, against gay propaganda and all that they do. That's what they call it. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that, but here's the thing. People bitch about Russia, and oh, Russia's so bad and all that, while for so many years following the collapse of the Soviet Union, the Warsaw Pact, no one gave a piss about Eastern Europe, right? And now Western Europe and the US act all self-righteous. And people wonder why the Russian people don't give a damn about gay rights or are actively against them. Because, it's like, really, the most important thing in the world is whether or not gays get the legal and economic benefits from marriage. Seriously. In countries that are racked by corruption, unemployment, terrible economies, piss poor jobs, piss poor working hours, horrible bosses... That's what we're supposed to care about. Just saying. Just making a point. I'm Romanian, by the way, not Russian. I had to say that. It's something that's been on my chest for a while.
How's your new assignment working out, Allers?
Fairly normal, except for the unshackled AI, Matriarch Benezia's daughter, and the communicator that can reach Earth. The first two, I can deal with. That last one gets my attention.
So what are you asking for exactly?
Anything from Earth is the lead story right now. That's not opinion, it's fact.
Maybe I can pass on a few non-classified progress updates.
Seriously? You just doubled my ratings. I don't need FaceTime, just a data upload.
I could focus on Cerberus, but then again, Cerberus isn't the real threat.
Tell people what's really happening on Earth. We need long recruiting lines on every planet after you air a story.
I can do this, Commander. Remind me to tell you about the time I made an Elcor cry.
They mangled my face in Mass Effect 3. I've tried numerous times to fix it, but while keeping it looking the same, it hasn't worked out. I'm sorry. I've tried. It hasn't worked. I could go with the default face, I suppose, but it's just not the same. I've played this character since Mass Effect 1. The transfer from Mass Effect 1 and 2 worked just fine. It's just, they fucked faces. Where is it? Show. No. Get back here. You don't get away, Mr. Hamster. Why the hell did they allow my hamster out? Someone could have killed it, the sons of bitches. Adams, sup? How's it going?
Commander, welcome back to the Normandy. Or maybe you should be saying that to me.
Engineer Adams. What are you doing here?
I was put in charge of the drive core retrofits. My experience on the Normandy SR1 made me an obvious choice.
So, what do you think of our SR2?
She's incredible. If there's one nice thing I can say about Cerberus, it's that they know how to build a ship. And about that, Cerberus, I mean, I owe you an apology.
How so?
Back when you got this ship, Dr. Chalk was contacting me, asking me to help with your mission against the Collectors. I refused. I didn't have your back, and I'm sorry for that.
Why didn't you join us?
I saw what happened to you when the Normandy went down. I didn't trust that it was really you, and I certainly didn't trust Cerberus. Also, as an officer of the Alliance, I don't just leave my post, you know?
Okay. I could be a bit of a bitch here, and actually I will.
You can make up for it on this tour of duty.
Yes, sir.
Is your family okay?
My parents are serving on Viridian Zenith, an Alliance agricultural vessel. My sister is a navigator on the SSV Benjamin Davis. Happy to report that both vessels are safely under Hackett's command.
Does the new Normandy stack up to the old SR-1?
Stack up. It blows the old ship away. The Tantalus drive core has been completely overhauled. The SR-2 might be nearly twice the size, but the new drive core is 3 times bigger. This ship can fly. That said, Cerberus isn't too high on safety. If pushed past her limits, this core would vent into engineering. Guess it gives my team incentive to keep her well balanced during a firefight.
Do your job or get vaporized.
Pretty much. I noticed you upgraded the kinetic barriers with cyclonic technology. Should help reduce the draw when under missile fire.
Hopefully that means fewer vaporized engineers.
The IES stealth system is significantly improved. It can handle a higher blue shift of our emissions.
And that means...
We should be able to drop out of FTL without triggering every sensor in range. Very handy for stealth reconnaissance. All in all, the Normandy is a marvel of engineering.
What do you think of Edie?
We had a good talk during the retrofit. A little strange at first, talking shop with an AI.
AI? I thought Edie posed as a VI to keep the likes of you from unplugging her.
Yeah, but I saw through her. Have you seen her hardware? Processing power is off the charts. And then there were the problems that kept fixing themselves. If I hadn't had her pegged, I would have sworn I was losing it.
You never expressed any skepticism, Lieutenant Adams.
I figured I'd better play it safe with the Cerberus AI, Edie. No offense.
None taken. As long as you keep your fingers out of my cognizance processors.
In the beginning, I tried disconnecting her from key processes without giving myself away. Easier said than done. But Joker seemed to trust her, and in time I saw her advantages. Even grew to like her.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, sir.
There's a lot of faces that they fuck over. I don't particularly like his face. They screwed so much with that. Anyway. Yes, I will get Javik. Just not right now. Not instantly. It's gonna take a while. I'll get Garrus so I can do the mission, the recruitment mission with Garrus there. Miranda Lawson. Grunt. Jack. Where's Jack? Jacqueline Knott. That's her. Yep. Textures seem alright. Well, the graphics mod makes things sharper. That can be a problem, but I'd argue it looks better with it on. I guess the library, books. They're HD, actually. Pretty sure the texture itself is pretty good, based on real books. I'm scanning for my models. Thank you very much. So, gay marriage is in, and gambling is in. That's an interesting notion. That's, you know, even in countries with gay marriage, there's probably gonna be that difficult. It's like, oh, but humanity would accept everything. Nope. If you're expecting that, you're delusional. Those monitors are bugged, by the way.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
You're the drone from the Shadow Broker's ship.
Dr. Tassoni now refers to me as Glyph instead of Info Drone 95% of the time. If you have a moment, I'd like to draw your attention to a terminal in her office. It analyzes information packages. If you find any useful data, I can research upgrades for you.
And what should I be looking for?
I'll inform you if you've found relevant data. When you do, return to this terminal for your choices. In the meantime, Dr. Tassoni would like to speak with you. Have a pleasant day.
The problem with the panels here is that
It was less than ideal.
I'm shocked.
At least the Council can't deny the Reapers exist. But I'm not sure how much comfort that is while they bicker over which portion of the galaxy to save.
Wow. Becoming the big info brokers turned you into a real cynic, Liara. I like it.
I'm flattered. I think.
okay, shields. Oh, come on. What choice is it gonna be, really?
This terminal contains non-essential correspondence from your allied forces. Dr. Tassoni has granted you access.
Farron.
Looks like you brought more than just that drone from your ship.
A few things were necessary. I'd be a very silent shadow broker without data feeds.
So you have access to your resources?
What I can get. We'll need it to research this Prothean device. Until we understand precisely what it does, it's far too dangerous to use.
Did the Protheans actually complete this weapon?
You mean, will it work? They wouldn't have poured their last resources into this device if they thought otherwise. But we really need to find out just what kind of weapon they left us.
We can figure out what it does later. Our priority's getting it built.
Just give me some warning before you flip the switch. People were finally starting to listen before the Reapers came. If we'd had a little more time, maybe Earth wouldn't. I'm sorry. I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
There's still a lot of people alive down there. I have to remember that.
You will. It's the war we warned everyone about for years. And if I know you, Shepard, you'll make them proud. Hello again, Shepard.
What's been happening with you as the broker, Liara?
It's been exciting. The old broker's ship. Impressive, but it was never meant to be space-worthy. Which meant the elusive man eventually tracked me down on Hagalaz.
What happened?
I knew he was coming. Farron and I loaded as much of the ship's specialized hardware onto a shuttle as we could. We got away from Cerberus' ships after arranging an appropriate distraction.
That's nothing to do with the texture mods. It's everything to do with the game, the way the game is set up. I was thinking maybe it's because of the reshade, but no, I just turned it off and on there. It didn't work.
What kind of distraction?
Sending the broker's ship exploding into a Cerberus cruiser. I don't think the elusive man expected me to give up my resources in such a spectacular fashion.
Can you still operate as the broker without the ship?
Well, I couldn't let the elusive man have it. I saved what was crucial. My network of agents is intact, although the Reapers have taken a toll on their numbers. It's taking a while to re-establish contact.
So where is Farron if you two escaped?
He convinced me he was recovered enough to work, and I do need more agents.
Agent Farron didn't report any injuries during his last call to you, Doctor.
True. Given what he survived, I should probably worry less.
What have you been up to since we last saw each other?
Since you helped me defeat the Shadow Broker, I started looking for defenses against the Reapers. The Protheans were the only ones with substantial information on them. The older civilizations barely had records. I knew the elusive man was hunting for the same thing when our agents began crossing paths.
Like on Mars?
I thought I'd covered my tracks, but he had surveillance there all along.
You brought your little helper with you?
Its name is Glyph. It helped sort through all the data that led me to the archive on Mars.
It was a pleasure to be of assistance, Doctor.
Glyph's interfaced with the data feeds. Its analytical software should come in handy.
You know, Glyph acts like an AI, not a VI. Just making a point about that. But when in fact it's a VI, supposedly.
How much do you know about this Prothean artifact?
Very little. We're fortunate enough Data survived to piece together the blueprints. Decoding them will require as many specialists as we can find.
It's that high-tech?
I'd have killed for a glimpse of it during graduate school.
We'll talk later, Liara.
Of course.
Buggy! That's kind of the problem. There's a good number of small bugs like that. Including this! Would have wished to do that earlier, but yeah, it's kind of a problem with the lighting there. Anyway.
Please, enjoy your day.
I did disable Bloom, though. Would have been worse with Bloom. Garrus is not here, so no point. Let's talk with Dr. Michelle. I'll do a bit of exploration in the galaxy, though I won't go to well, I'll explore the Eden Prime system, I just won't explore Eden Prime itself. HD textures here. Okay, all good.
Hello there, Commander.
How are you settling in, Doctor?
Good. I've been busy restocking supplies and running diagnostics. It's nice working alone in a fresh lab. I get to set up everything just the way I want. Anyway, now that you're here, I'd like to examine you.
Do you have concerns about my health?
You have an extensive number of cybernetic implants.
I died. Cerberus spent a fortune bringing me back.
I know. I just want to make sure everything checks out. It'll take no time.
It doesn't hurt to be safe. It won't hurt, will it?
No, nothing invasive. I just need to run some implant diagnostics and take readings of your immune system. Your immune system is still a bit at odds with the foreign material. For your scarring to fully heal, you'll need to lower your stress levels.
Yeah, right.
Let compassion guide your decision-making, and the peace it brings should help you heal. Thank you for indulging me. Everything looks fine. May I help you at all?
Do you have any family?
My parents are on Earth, Geneva. The news isn't good.
I'm sorry.
But my brother is safe on the Citadel. I'll count my blessings where I can.
How does working on a military vessel compare to your Citadel clinic?
It's a completely different experience. I like that I have fewer patients under my care. I can really focus and get to know each person. But the workday never ends here. I don't get to go home. I'm always on call. But you're making a real difference. So by being here, I'm making a difference too.
Do we have enough medical supplies?
Luckily, the med bay was one of the first areas the Retrofit team stocked. That's fortunate. Who knows how long we'll have to be self-sufficient.
Just let me know if you need anything.
I will.
Alright, good. Scars won't heal. Trust me. I've edited it so that regardless of the Renegade versus Paragon, meter, I'll have scars. That's just how things are gonna be. I think it's beyond stupid the fact that if you're, if you add the full Renegade bar in Mass Effect 2 and you import here, you start with no scars, then you have to gradually get them back. That's really fucking stupid, isn't it? I want my scars from the start. I don't particularly enjoy having to edit the game files to get that done. So Hackett was ready to a certain degree. HD galaxy map, all that stuff. Good. Trainer. You can still loot soldiers if you want. Nah. Not gonna work. First Joker, then Trainer, then War Room.
Hey, Commander. You know, I had my doubts about the Council. But after years of ignoring your warnings, they're finally willing to step up and tell you they just can't help.
They've spent years denying the threat. You think they'd be prepared now?
I was kind of hoping that maybe they were planning in secret and just not telling you about it because, you know, Cerberus. Well, let me know if you want me to get them on the channel and then hang up on them. You know, for old time's sake. Commander?
Joker. He's got a point though. Let's see. No. I want my models back. All of them. If I want my fish back, I'll need to talk with Kelly Chambers, who is going to be on the Citadel.
Commander Shepard.
This is annoying, and this purely exists due to the fact that the war assets are tied to fucking multiplayer. Let me put it bluntly, BioWare. If this is something that exists in Mass Effect Andromeda, you can go to hell in a certain sense, because it's goddamn fucking annoying. Of course, you don't necessarily all have to come to this room that often, though there are characters like Victus, Rex, all that stuff that are here. They are gonna be here. Hologram, all that. Seems kind of a waste of space to a certain degree, to be honest with you. It doesn't really seem well designed. So, we've got the Alliance, the 103rd Marine Division, the 1st Fleet. Okay, yeah, they lost a third of their numbers. Okay. Alliance Frigate, Normandy, SR2. Cyclonic, Solaris. Yep, yeah, I didn't have it in the Suicide Mission, but I did update it. Mineral resources should be higher, though.
Commander.
Some of my models, actually a good portion of my model. Wait, I think there's... No.
Commander, come to check on your new recruit.
Just wanted to see how you were doing.
Still trying to get my bearings. When I was working on the Normandy's upgrades, I left at the end of the day. I didn't even have a toothbrush or a change of clothing until I made some emergency purchases on the Citadel.
Next time you need something, just ask. We're all in this together.
Oh, it's no trouble, Commander. I'm sure you have larger concerns.
We can put in a requisition order.
My toothbrush is a Cision Pro Mark IV. It uses tiny Mass Effect fields to break up plaque and massage the gums. It costs 6,000 credits.
Okay, yeah. You're on your own with that.
In any event, I appreciate you giving me the chance to stay. Was there anything else?
Where are you from originally?
A colony in the Terminus systems, actually. Though I studied on Earth, at Oxford. My parents were from London. They loved Earth, but they wanted the freedom a colony life could offer. If they stayed in London, I imagine they'd be dead right now.
A lot of people back on Earth are still alive, and counting on us.
Quite true, Commander.
You worked in Alliance R&D?
Yes. You'd think quantum entanglement would make communication easy, but imagine incorporating multiple incoming sources and then networking them with extrapolations of time-lag data to construct a coherent situation GUI. It's an exciting challenge. For me, anyway.
Uh-huh.
I'm surprised you're worrying about a toothbrush. We've got bigger problems right now.
Oh, believe me. Seeing the Reapers on Earth was terrifying. But I won't help anybody by bursting into tears here in the CIC, will I? Being here on the Normandy helps. If anyone in the galaxy can stop the Reapers, it's you. And if flagging your messages and managing strategic intel helps you in any way, then it's worth it.
How'd you end up in the military anyway?
My family didn't have money for university. When the Alliance saw my aptitude scores, they offered me a full scholarship. I served my required years after graduation and decided to stay. I really like the challenges of the lab. Although, I'm sure I'll grow to love frontline service as well.
Carry on, Specialist.
Don't ask. Don't think too much on that. On what just happened right there. I'm just saying, it's probably best not to think too hard on that. Okay, so I think I got all the ships. Okay, Quarian vessel, all that. Normandy SR1, Normandy SR2, all of that good stuff. My hamster. All good. I kind of feel there should be an option to actually finish the retrofit in Mass Effect 3, but whatever. You know, I like the atmosphere here far more than the one in Mass Effect 2, because, yeah, you know, this is not finished fully. Because in Mass Effect 2, you know, the original idea actually in Mass Effect 2 was that the ship should have looked like this, but then they changed it to, like, basically someone described it as a yacht, and yeah, that's kind of accurate. This feels a lot more like the original Normandy. The problem, though, the mouse here is the fact that we're here anyway. Alright, Thanos Pass, and we've got the Hades Gamma. Yeah, the problem with the mouse is probably because of smoothing. The frame rate is probably too high. That's why it's moving so slow.
I found something.
Alright, I'll probably need to fix that. It's not difficult anyway. Well, I'm gonna regret this one. Reapers, bro.
Evasion successful. Signal confirmed. Reapers eluded. Faster than light jump successful. Evasion successful.
I don't like that minigame. Or, well, just the scanning in general, it's not really fun.
I found something.
There we go. Oh, crap. It's gonna end well. What do we get?
Reapers eluded.
Christ. Okay.
Signal confirmed.
They're on very damn high alert. Let's see what we get. Okay. Right. Yeah, it's just quite frankly annoying.
Faster than light jump successful.
Let's get that fuel, right? Okay.
I found something.
Let's go to Antaeus. I imagine it's just some bloody depot. Yeah, it was just some damn depot. Oh, crap. Come on. Damned annoying, but at least I know where to approach it from.
Evasion successful.
Ah, the kite's nest. Anyone want some Batarians? You gotta love BioWare just fucking the Batarians though, like that. Doesn't necessarily, you don't have to like them, but it's kind of disappointment. They could have done so much more, these guys, and they didn't. Because BioWare, in a nutshell. Who knows, maybe if they had 1 or 2 more years to actually develop the game, then perhaps things would have been a lot better. Interesting. Okay, let's get that. Now I'm gonna try and not actually trigger the damn things. Ah, Karshan. So let me get this straight. The Turians can enslave entire species. Whatever. I'm not even gonna think. But the Batarians can't have slavery. Logic. Oh, this is the kite's nest. This is probably it, right?
I found something.
There we go. We better have a Batarian squad mate in Mass Effect 4. I'm just saying, BioWare. That better happen. I'll fix the mouse by the next video. Shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, let's get the fuck out of here. Krishan has fallen. Not sure if they'd have 15 billion. Actually, it doesn't make sense that there's so few people, to be honest, today. So that's Serpent Nebula. I know Bazin. Oh, we could go there. We probably should go there. Okay.
Signal confirmed.
No Reapers here, at least in the main system. That's not so much true for the others. Actually, that's a good question.
I found something.
Let's see what we get. Great, 20%, so we gotta avoid some damn Reapers. Oh, that one's gonna be fun. Terra Nova.
Reapers eluded.
Not for much longer at this damn rate. So we got 40%, there's still 2 more though. Come on.
Faster than light jump successful. Evasion successful.
Let's see what else we can get in that damn system.
Reapers eluded. Faster than light jump successful. Evasion successful.
All right, Asgard. So they ignored Eden Prime and focused on Earth. Makes sense. Eden Prime is really the cake, so to speak. And Earth is the cherry on that cake. That's kinda my mentality when it comes to it. Really, nothing here? Surprisingly. Well, if you ever need to buy fuel, this is the place. Wait, what's... Oh, I believe Novaria is here. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, oh. Bad. So, the Solarian uncommitted fleets are just sitting around, really. No, seriously, it's like, oh, here comes the enemy that's gonna kill us all if we don't fight it. And it's like, oh, we're just gonna just sit it out. Fuck the Solarians. The Tellurians will put up a serious goddamn fight. Oh crap. Yeah, let's ignore the fact that I'm flying for a damn star. Come on, give me.
Signal confirmed. Reapers eluded. Faster than light jump successful.
Let's get our fuel. Probably will have too much fuel, but it's not relevant.
Evasion successful. Reapers eluded.
Yeah, FTL and all that thing.
I found something.
Well, just gotta get the planet.
Faster than light jump successful.
Alright, good. I'm not gonna go for Sanctum, I'm gonna get Garrus, then I'm gonna get Javik, then I'm gonna go for Sanctum. After all that is sorted out. Shrike Abyssal. There's not gonna be any mass relays in the next game, I imagine. They're just gonna use FTL and you're gonna be limited to a smaller area, I guess.
Signal confirmed.
There's a fuel depot, I imagine, that's been blown up. And it's gotta be close to the relay. I guess, you know, just thinking out loud here. Come.
Evasion successful.
There we go. I'll just reload the save and get this done. Yeah, it's annoying. It's not really fun, but the resources are worth it at the end of the day. So I got 50% of all assets. That means there's probably a fuel depot and
I found something.
yeah. Not really worth doing, to be honest. Credits. Well, grant. I'm not gonna use any more cheats. That was predominantly so I could get the DLC weapons and upgrade them and get the, the stuff from the Black Widow and the Wraith. That's kind of it, really. That's the new Normandy, that's the crew of the new Normandy, and that's the initial systems. Costin signing out.